Hey everyone, Michael here with Hello Cupcake Its Me, and today is the Saturday check-in. It is May 31st, 2025, and isn't it an interesting time to be alive? If you haven't done so already, please hit like and subscribe, and um, head on over to podcast.hellocupcakeitsme.com to check out the podcast that is updated every Thursday. And go give the blog some love at hellocupcakeitsme.com. That's sporadically updated, and I'm trying to do that a little bit more. And make sure that you follow me on all the different socials. You'll find the links down below. And also check out my book, Carpe Diem Scroto, 365 Daily Affirmations, found at www.cdsthebook.com. So, how the hell are you all doing? I am doing pretty well. Having a really weird relationship with time right now. My body and internal clock is saying that it's January, February. And like tomorrow's going to be June. And it's not working for me. And I'm either 3 days ahead or 5 days behind in my internal clock structure, whatever. So I really have no freaking clue as to what that's about. I know that part of my new mental health diagnosis says that time is experienced differently with people who have DID, which is dissociative identity disorder, but never to this extent has anything like this ever really happened. But February is when I started undergoing therapy for ADHD, and then it was discovered that I also had this other aspect of me. So basically, for my 44th birthday, a box full of me that I had no idea was ever there was placed in my lap, and like, here you go. And ever since then, I have been looking at my life in a whole different manner and realizing, oh shit, this was this all along when I thought it might have been this, but it was a combination of both. But, so I'm wondering if that is where the time distortion is coming from, or if it's the fact that, life is so unpredictable right now, especially with this current administration and things changing so rapidly and just everything in between. So I have no idea, but yeah, that's kind of where things are right now. And I had a whole point to this, but anyways, I'm going to be starting up a new blog, and it's going to be called DID, capital DID for dissociative identity disorder. We exist. And I started working on it last night. I haven't even made my first post yet, and it's one of 14 blogs that I actually work on. And the new one is going to be like my 14th one. And I want to try to start chronicalizing what it is that I've been experiencing moving forward from my diagnosis and my life from that point moving forward. And I also don't know if like some of the time distortion is because I didn't do the things that I normally do for my birthday this year. My biological mom passed away 4 days after my birthday. there's my book was supposed to be published uh, March 10th of this year and released to the public March 15th of this year. So, that got kind of thrown to the side because I actually ended up getting it published back in November of 2024 and released to the public December 18th. So, I there's just a lot of little nuances happening in my life. One of the other things that I am doing right now is I have made myself a promise that I'm going to start focusing more on myself. And that, when I was younger in my early 20s and stuff, I had this motto of if I like it, I see it, I want it, I buy it. And, back then I had basically a disposable income because I was able to work and I had money in the bank and I was living the glam life. Like to look at me and all the shit in the background or whatever, you would never have known that aspect of me. But I was making really good money, especially for a 20-year-old who had absolutely no bills. The main bills that I had back then was my 1980. What was she? She was 1983 or 1987 Mercury Cougar, big old land yacht of a car. So putting gas in that and my tags. I was supposed to have insurance, but California insurance at the time, especially for somebody under the age of like 30, was fucking expensive, and I couldn't be bothered with that. So just my tags and the upkeep of that car, and then going out to the bar every night, hanging out with my friends, going shopping. Like I was a label whore, so I always had like Sean John or South Pole or Rocawear or whatever, like head to toe. That was what I was decked out in. And I had Rocawear house slippers that I used to walk around, oh, you know, San Bernardino, California. So if you know that area or anything about that area, yeah, picture this 250 pounds lighter, sporting Rocawear head to toe, gray, baby blue, and white with the baby blue house slippers, just mobbing through San Bernardino, California, and Beverly Hills, and Hollywood, and Orange County, wherever I decided to go, that, and Palm Springs, which, my God, Palm Springs was so fucking hot, especially with the Rocawear and the Sean John that I used to wear. Oh, Jesus have mercy. But anyways, so I am wanting to get back to that person, with the exception of the fact that I don't have that person's money anymore. So I've been doing a lot of super, super bargain shopping, like finding high name brands at super, super low prices. Like a Steve Madden backpack that was $160. I found for $40, and I just happened to have the $40, and I went ahead and I got it. Sorry, that explosion of light you just saw was one of my other phones that has a Snapchat on it. And a Karl Lagerfeld bag. I got I picked that up. The Lagerfeld bag that I found that I got was 100 and I think I saw it 163 and I picked it up for 26. So, um, I haven't been going to the movies lately with my friend, and I haven't been going to Starbucks is or going out to coffee, not just Starbucks, but just going out to coffee in general. So every time that I would go take like an extra $5 or $10 from the meager budget that I have, I would put that into a little envelope, and that's how I've been doing some of the things that I want. Like, I have a tumbler addiction, and this tumbler actually is from the Dollar Tree, but it looks like a um, Starbucks tumbler. But I make my own coffee at home now. I have some of the same hoopla that I normally get in my coffee cup, and I do iced coffee. And I went to a yard sale, and they had an ice maker for $5. And the lady said it worked perfectly. She just didn't want it anymore, whatever. I paid the $5 that I had to spend that day, and now I have an ice maker, and I just make my own iced coffee at home. My little refrigerator that I have, it's an apartment style refrigerator. It has a little tiny freezer on it, so I could make my own ice in that, but it was just after I put some of my like frozen foods and stuff in there, there's just not enough room. So having a countertop ice maker makes it so much easier, and it's a consistent flow. So, doing little things like that to just make myself feel a little bit better. I've also been doing skincare regimen, and my I have a couple of little blemishes that are like popping out because of that. But I used to enjoy going to the spa with my girlfriends and getting my hair done, getting my nails done, getting facials, the whole 9 yards. And I was I was walking through Dollar Tree the other day, and I saw all of that stuff that I used to pay 80, 90, $100 for back in the day to get my nails done, to get my hair done. Um, like if you notice, my hair is a hell of a lot shorter. I had about 7 inches taken off of it, and this is the healthiest my hair has been in years. And I've been like really kind of just focusing on things like that. So every night I cleanse my face, then I put on all these different moisturizers and serums and what have you. And once a week, I do a complete face mask. This last time that I did the face mask, it was bright orange and it smelled like oranges, and it was so freaking just divine. And sit there and ripping it off, just oh, I love it. Um, but I I was it came to my realization that I'm not doing anything for myself, that I'm consistently doing things for other people, that I'm putting myself on the back burner, and that I needed to start focusing on myself. And not focusing on myself in a like narcissistic way, not focusing on myself in a I'm better than you type of way, just turning a little bit of the focus back to me. If I don't feel like going out somewhere, instead of saying, yeah, I'll go with you or whatever, it's, you know what, I just don't feel up to it today. Sorry. are learning to say no when I don't want to do things. But at the same time, keeping myself in check, because a lot of times when I don't want to do anything, I need to make sure that I literally don't want to do it, or is it because I am in some kind of depressive funk and I have to check in with myself. And so, you know, if it's a depressive funk, I will force myself to go, even if I don't want to go, just to get out of the house so that I feel better about myself and feel better about the day and feel like, I've done something. And another thing that I am in the process of working on is trying to learn to stay out of the comment sections of stuff. There are a lot of people who are super wrong about a lot of shit that's going on right now, and a lot of people who are extremely wrong in what mental health actually is. Y'all know that I'm a LGBTQIA2S plus supporter. I'm a gay and lesbian rights activist. I'm a supporter. I am a ally. I am there for, the community. And so I covered this a little bit in the Wednesday video and in the podcast, but I want to reiterate this. This channel is gay positive. This channel is trans positive. This channel is a safe space and an ally. And, tomorrow is June 1st, and that starts Pride Month. And yeah, there's going to be Pride content on here. I already have the first video worked on today because I don't really have anything else going on today. I'm going to work on the second Pride video. I have 5 different people that I want to cover this year. The very first person is Marsha P. Johnson. And she was a Black trans activist back in the 70s, like late 60s, early 70s, mostly 70s. And, because people also have an issue with how I talk and the fact that I stutter or I get my words mixed up or whatever, and I don't read very well, I took the entire script of what I was going to say about Marsha and put it into a text to speech generator and just created a slideshow, because it's not about me. It's about bringing focus and attention to the LGBTQIA2S plus community. And it's needed more so than ever now. So, yeah. I also know that I have gay and lesbian and transgender followers, and I want you all to know that I appreciate you. I love you, and you are welcomed here, and I want you to always feel comfortable commenting on the videos or sending me messages and talking to me, and whatever it is that you need to get off your chest or whatever. If you don't feel like you have somebody that you can talk to, I want to be that somebody for you. And yeah, so but seeing out of the comment section is one of my hard things to do, because I'm outside of being an advocate for the gay and lesbian and transgender community, I'm also a mental health advocate. I'm a mental health patient, and I am a peer counselor. which means that I am a mental health provider. I take all of these different classes and courses and workshops for mental health. And, right there where that stop sign is, that whole wall on the other side of that stop sign is floor to ceiling. All of the certificates, all of the diplomas, all of the like graduation things that I have gotten from taking all of those classes. And am I saying that I'm a guru or some kind of master or like whatever when it comes to mental health? Absolutely not. But when somebody is saying that something is a mental health issue, yes, it may have at one time been categorized as a mental illness or a mental health issue, but just like we don't drill holes into people's heads to release the pressure, or because there's too much blood in the body, so we cut and we bloodlet, or we use leeches, or we put mercury on our vaccinations, uh, things change. And a lot of shit has changed. And so just because it may have at one time been considered a mental illness does not mean that it is mental illness. And just because you think it's a mental illness does not make it so. And I know that there's going to be some of those people in my comments, especially if they've made it this far. They're all like, well, just because you think you're a woman doesn't mean that you're a woman if you are a biologically born male. And that whole fucking thing just don't be dumb. Like, biology and psychology are a little bit of crowbar separation. And I'm not even going to get into that whole thing. But anyways, so yeah, I'm trying my best to stay out of the comment section. But one of the reasons that I do go into the comment section and that I do make the comments that I make is because, there might be people who feel alone, like they don't have a voice, or they can't publicly come out yet, or they're scared to come out for whatever reason, or that they don't feel like they have the representation that they need. And that was also a part of why I started Hello Cupcake It's Me. Hello Cupcake It's Me started off as a way to keep myself accountable for my weight loss journey. And back in the day, that's what Hello Cupcake was all about, was my weight loss journey and battling with depression and everything else. It has changed multiple times throughout the years. And it's not so much about my weight loss journey anymore because I'm not really on a weight loss journey. If I lose weight, awesome. If I gain weight, well, that's kind of meh. But like right now, I can tell that I've put on some weight because my face is more round than it usually is. When I lose weight, it becomes very like chiseled, and so it's like, well, you know what? Whatever, cool. But you know, in some of my old banners, and if you go to the blog, you will see that on there it says Hello Cupcake It's Me. My battle with weight loss, diabetes, depression, and something else. I can't remember what all it says because, well, it's been such a long time since I've looked at that logo. But over the years, it's become a way for me to just express myself. And throughout the years, people have reached out to me. Michael, thank you so much for talking about XYZ subject. I've been going through something like this for a long time and I felt alone. I didn't feel like there was a community, and coming across your videos has really helped me, and things like that. And some of those people have become friends. Some of those people I have met in real life. And, some of those people just make a couple of comments and then they disappear, which leaves me wondering whatever happened to them. But, I have to just assume the best, that they got from me what they needed to help them move forward, and that's it. So, it's not that I'm just getting in the comment section and arguing for the sake of arguing. It's the fact that there's too much wrong being too loud, and the people who are right and on the right side of history and on the right, just the right side of life, being silent and being silenced. And so as long as I have the ability, right, wrong, or indifferent, I'm going to utilize whatever I can to leverage understanding and foster hope and acceptance. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, I see that we're going on almost 30 minutes now, so I am going to wrap this up so that I can let you get back to your day and that I can start mine. It being a Saturday, I really have absolutely nothing to do for the rest of the day until about 7 o'clock tonight. Then I am going to my local bar and I'm going to go watch two bands perform tonight. So that sounds funnish. I really don't care for live music, but I have some friends that I'm supposed to meet there, and if nothing else, I get to hang out with my friends while listening to some hopefully good music. So anyways, guys, if you made it this far, thank you so very much. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, put them in the comment section down below. Let me know how you're enjoying the channel. If you're new to my content or if you've been around for a while, get in that comment section. And there's also the community tab. There's multitude of different ways that we can talk, and I would really value your opinion. I'm not going to, well, chances are I'm not going to be like one of those TikTok people that are doing a whole bunch of random crazy shit just for the views and the likes and the ha-has. That's not me. I don't want to get on camera and act five fools and be, a circus performer. But, I'm here to hear whatever it is that you need. If there's a story, if there's something from my past that you would like to hear about, ask me questions. I'm so down for that. You can shoot me an email, Hello Cupcake It's Me @gmail.com. And then once I get that email, I can focus it or read through it and try to address it. I might even address it right then and there. So who knows? But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching my videos, listening to the podcast, following me on Instagram or wherever it is that you follow my content. And until next time, I will talk to you then. Don't add to the population. Don't subtract from the population. Try to be a good person and fuck the Karens of the world. Okay, bye, guys.